In times of trouble, knowing what to do and who to call can make all days of a crime or in danger, or you see if someone is unconscious, injured, not breathing, see toll-free line on 112 or 76. Calm and speak clearly. Describe the emergency, give your any instructions, don't hang up until by law. Let's work together to make Lagos safer. See, this message is brought to you.
8.3 FM Studio Times felt it, and this go to Abuja to it's a, how do I put it now, tropical nature, will always push the blade, when government build these drainages, that's going to cause a blockage somewhere. So we all have roles to play in all of this in keeping Lagos safe. Of course, I just wonder, like, how does he sleep at night? The number of tags he gets every day, constant demand for, they didn't tell us, for government. I've always felt like there may be agents now. Some of them sell land on the right of way, and then agent, and they tell you that, the land, feel the pain of these investors. The times are tough. That property would have to go down. Do your due diligence and make sure buying it has it's wrong, and government would always have evolving. So over the weekend, the entire buzz that it generated, I was watching some edited video, and I said, if you celebrate Lagos, yes, and stand against an issue of it got flooded today. We're going to be looking at the aspirants asking him gender. That was if the president is not going to do more than start asking this call for Jonathan to come back and contest for the presidency. Is going to help us understand some of these things? ACN, the CP, the new PDP has Congress 19. So the question, if it comes on the ballot, question is this: what is the best we've ever had? So Stead nominated by made that statement on the issues around understand all of these things. Elder is a prominent figure in Nigerian politics, especially within the Labour coordinator for the obedient movement. Have you at Milan 98.3 else you need to know as we continue to announce. Let's go straight up. Okay. I was 22 or thereabouts. I had Kaduna in those times. I was in Kaduna in that region or that government. I had to verify and the current
issues. More governor, and this governor staff being beefed up, notwithstanding ported at all.
It is an citizens and indigenous. I think those were things I saw heaven. So I used to see friends, and I'm like, I love boss, and nobody knows. Join a new political party, part of those that came back months ago.
So that I did. And it's like when you ask that you skip APC, they're on that because they look out for a candidate. That was the yardstick. He maintained 12 million to build on, and I think realized that fall into another of the permutations going on. It won't all go well. Yes.
I want to use it to talk about the fact that those statements from if likely scenario, Nigerians are struggling to eat, Nigerians don't feel there were issues, that axis of the country changed the narrative than back here.
It's not will have their thinking, they can go be and the control realize that in line, Jonathan, do a Christian Jonathan is about may not be able to do them.
I think it's funny. Because you made mention of he doesn't know politics. Words like his subsidy is scam. There's no. A lot of people observe. They lost 5 that was cost wood to. 10 to.
Well, like I said earlier, and, no need. When you are dealing with the bad and you call it bad, and you now during the every number two like that, like is able to survive.
What does this say to your in 2019 election of the platform of the PDP? He got a ticket of the Labour Party. Let's assume that perhaps our article picks the area house to finish that. What was it?
Start by that clearly stated that Bure's tenure is over. So, chairperson of Labour Party, and this plan is ongoing in Obi and Jonathan. He's a distinguished man. He is going to look at this thing, criticize that calling. Because I don't see presidency will have to deal with vice president. He foundation he could ever go just in 2022 and presidency. Moving almost for the sixth time. So nobody needs to face this current into the vision that Obi has painted. So sincerely, if you ask, bring all these structures in the north to support people, at least for another 8 years. And we should not operate like not be captured in the constitution, but the wisdom of federal character, the wisdom of 8 years power should also, in all honesty, be in the South for 8 years.
Okay. Of course, Professor Mahmood Yakubu has handed over national chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission. Electoral commissioners at the INEC headquarters in Abuja. He solicited the office as INEC chairman, having completed it. Yakubu was appointed INEC chairman by former President President. So, you get more chairman of INEC. Well, he's completed 10 years of a 2-term in office. So, there is Mrs. That is also, based on the Senate confirmation. Well, I think in the line of terms of the quality or what we are looking for, the vision or the ambition of Jonathan himself, that is this about let them do 4 years and let go at the moment? And if that is the case,
when it comes to just to check things are done, I do not see it's because they're looking for somebody who will think can be controlled. Not all of them, because many Northerners too are rooting for Peter O. Their own thinking. Jonathan will continue to remain controllable. So let's say you expect a new Nigeria.
Okay, it could die down because that would mean the ABC entirely, and then maybe give us something to be more excited about towards the 20. Distance himself from those calls, or neither has he also come out to embrace those calls. But I'm sure because 2027 election. So within the next couple of months, we'll probably be seeing some of the moves. And we always know I donated money to. Oh, let me take us a bit away from the John. There's something that I've been meaning to raise, and I'm happy that we're having this conversation today. You made mention in 2003 against former President Olusegun Obasanjo vote of about 12.6 election that he has debates. I don't wish to witness. Did he include Atiku Abubakar as well? 27.
It's not available. Buhari is the only one that commands those votes.
So he went with the vote.
He went with the vote.
Interesting.
Has beaten that record. So he has demonstrated certain selflessness. Was high. He has demonstrated certain discipline. That people expectation was high. That he can fight, but it didn't happen in the first 4 years. So the second 4 years was more of a nominee, if you know what that means in Hausa. The opportunity to finish his tenure. Let's not disgrace him. Let's not embarrass him. But even those who work for Tinubu can see clearly that.
Well, I've had series of conversation with that Buhari enjoys in that axis, that election. I was in Gombe. I went the late President Muhammadu Buhari then to get out of Gombe because of the multitude of people that came in from Bauchi, that came in from Kano, that tell you for a fact that as late as 6 really is gone with those block votes. But I'm sure a couple of people will agree or disagree with you on that one. Let's keep that to one side. Now let's talk about another issue. Can you break that down for us a little bit?
You know, I told you they are. So they 18,000. They have this mindset that when they feel he carries a lot of goodwill to say sorry, to compensate him. So there, when they mean to, they will follow it to the end. He did not win for a candidate. They are all, in fact, if there's anybody that can pull the votes that Buhari will pull out.
INEC chairman, and this is not, this is Amber, so he's on for terminal leave, and then he's handed over. And then head of Yaga talking about Nigerians on the INEC. And one of the funniest narrative I've heard recently is to who becomes the next chairman of INEC. Let's start from there. This convert to ratify it is also being called into question, but that is a constitutional matter. First, let's talk about the...
Well, even from, I think, last the Senate, this man has bitten more than he can chew. I knew that they are going to will change the rules that favors him. Yes, most likely the laws can be changed, genuine, not perfectly implemented, but at least we have seen the genuineness of their intention in permit him to appoint the INEC chairman, favor him for the second term than Mahmoud did before. That, you see, save their country. And all they are doing is to obey against Nigerian constitution. The EFCC, the DSS, the over 100 and their job to have the day break happening. The next INEC chairman is going to be worse than Yakubu Mahmoud. And it doesn't matter where he's coming from.
It could become, or it has become, for the president to appoint who becomes the INEC chairman. Elder Yusuf, I'm not referring to the president as a criminal. I'm just giving a basic, okay, I have a case in court. Maybe it's better that way. And then I have the opportunity generally. So I have, and there's a competition I'm going to be a part of. And then I have the opportunity to choose the referee and then the linesmen and then the VAR officials. In that competition, I'm also going to be a part of. Pepper dictates the tune, just like you said. Sometimes it's about survival. Sometimes it's about wanting to save your job. Does that raise the conversation of the urgency for us to start looking at certain classic constitutional review?
It's more reflecting the true military constitution. You don't build a constitution based on the ideology of another, and they drafted their constitution according to the capitals. You understand? Reflecting who they are. But we did not borrow a federal constitution that is faulty. And when you have an engine of a vehicle, if I may use this analogy, where different parts of the engine are faulty. So that's what we need. We need truly, even though we've had several presided by Goodluck Jonathan, it brought people, some section of this country have been benefiting from this constitution. So they don't written under a kind of internal colonization, where one group is superior to the other. So, and ask ourselves, who are we? Then we can now start drafting a constitution that reflects our true nature and our true culture. Get a Hausa man, a Yoruba man, an Igbo man, we're all friends, we play, we laugh. But the document that brought us together is not friendly.
Talked about, and I think it's a very rare privilege that I've stayed in all the regions of this country and in that viewing center, and then somebody scores, and then nobody cares whether your name is Chukudi or your name is the night in 2018 when we defeated Iceland by Twamen Musa contested for the president of this country. He would win the election.
You win.
It was nobody cares whether you do or whoever you were. Everybody danced into the early hours of the morning just because we want to start the fiber of this country. I always tell them, maybe because you've not stayed with a divide and rule format, and it unfortunately it had worked in our system. So maybe that's what we should also be looking to. Before I let you go, those questions, and respond to the ones you may want to respond to, if you don't mind, please.
It's okay. It's okay.
Thank you very much. If you're just joining us, well, let me say a share edition that we're having on the show today. And of course, the phone lines are buzzing already. We pick the call real quick, 0913600. My guest today has been Elder Yᴏsū괰 Dambaki. He is also a prominent figure in Nigerian politics, specifically within the Labour Party, we met in Kaduna State, and also the public relation officer of the Middle Belt Forum, Kaduna State chapter. He's a vocal advocate for democracy, transparency, and good governance. He's also a senior colleague because he's a radio host. Exactly. So you may want to drop your live on Mainland 98.3 FM every Monday to Friday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. We're looking at the presidency in 2027. Asking, who is pushing the Jonathan agenda? Is it a genuine agenda that people believe that Jonathan can change the fortune after the death of his former principal, now late principal now? So what is fueling the Jonathan conversation? 27. There are talks that, Peter Obi said he would do only one term and not spend a day more. Right Honorable Rotimi Amechi also said the same thing, that if I'm elected president, today says that those political powers in the north don't trust the statement of those two people. Rather, 0410. My guest is still here. So if you have questions, you will respond to them. Hello, good evening. Ooh, I got.
If you didn't hear my voice on this program, it's O꽌ᴜ that deny me. Good evening to your guest over there. Every the last month ever. We are doing until we change our way. Look, we talk about why having some numbers of voters. Look, that cannot happen again. Rivers are checkmate there. Rivers are checkmate. They cannot have that number. People just voting. That uncountable. Now it can't happen again. That's why the number of voters in the north. Let's change our way. If we didn't change our way, things will continue to be the same way. Let's change our way. Honestly, will fall in place.
Thank you. Buhari had gone with those his bulk numbers, but other people feel like no, they won't hear me.
Yeah, my name is Peter Usifo. I'm calling from Abanganje concerning Goodluck Jonathan. But to me, duplex, if not more than a duplex, but in building, he tried to build a more the house. What am I saying? It's very, very in a Goodluck if he has to contest. But let it be clear that if Goodluck has Wike's arrangement or agreement, because as far as two of them, why Atiku is taking his time not to register
with the
his name under ADC at the moment. So, but being that as it may, in Parliament, the reason is that he has done very well.
Brief with our contribution. Peter Oko.
Yeah, my good friend, O꽌ᴜ, how are you today?
I'm good.
Friend of the problem we're having today is the issue of like tea without sugar. So I'm very to stop Jonathan from contest. Let us try so we will tell the law, because even as I am now, I cannot tell you more the address of that person. If you can help me find out, I will send him a recharge card of 2,000 naira because I like what he has done.
Thank you very much. Well, it's very interesting. Constitutionality of Jonathan's presidency. What would
everything is. It's the opposition throw names and monitor how the ruling party. She's a pointer to the fact that there is something about this man. Test what you already know. You already know. He was sworn in as vice president. He was sworn in as president once. So I don't know, people can speculate, but when a matter is in the court, you don't preempt it. Let's wait for the outcome of the
Okay. Let's join us.
Yeah, really doing a good job.
Thank you.
What's up?
Someone texted me. You're asking how you can reach me. Okay. I think we'll respond to that. Banana Island, Lagos. You said also went on strike for 8 months. You also said he didn't from Banana Island. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Okay. You're welcome. Your
Hello,
your name and where you calling from. You're live on radio.
My name is Kenny from Mushin.
Okay, Mr.
I have a contrary opinion about it.
Please go on, Mr. Kenny.
What your guest said, I mean, be it as it may, but in reality, by law, people are saying reactively. The grand norm, the Nigerian Constitution says, you cannot spend 2 terms or 4 years. Which one? What's the name? Yar'Adua. It's making 9 years. Even when the election, what is the totality of the number of years
he would have spent
that for him? He would have said nothing. It will be 9 years. So it's out of 8 years.
Thank you very much, Elder Dambaki. Please let me read some of the messages we have. The Minister of Police Affairs ruled Yobe stayed more than 8 years after serving the remaining term of the late governor. Son from Ijaniki. Okay, is the chance of the South to complete the 8 years, but his own principal would use 4 years as he's promising. I'm laughing really loud. Okay. Thank you very much. Your guest has spoken Northern agenda. However, as he lost the election in 2015 and his chapter is closed. Okay, that's Ayola from Ikorodu. Good evening to you and the dear guest. I've always the National Assembly for comprehensive and holistic reforms of not only the INEC as an institution, but also the police, the army, the judiciary, and other bodies could be used by the incumbent or anybody for express permission to do what was done. Text, and it says that's Ralph from Satellite Town. Thank you very much. Okay, this one says it is not only funny I'm dragged to court. Let someone give these people ice water to drink. It has Steve Offer from Ijaniki, and he would win. Interesting. Apparently a great depth in the delivery of his position. However, I disagree with him on the issue of the North voting Jonathan into power in the forthcoming election. Without hesitation, that would amount to a great illusion and a mirage to see those prices as he left them in 2015. He made the mistake of thinking that the Northerners are that good. Jonathan can never be a threat to President Bola Ahmed. The courageous leader. The North is only looking for whom they will be able to push around. That's Isaac from Ikotun. Thank you. Instead of giving Nigeria good governance by addressing the issues of insecurity, hunger, hardship, and unemployment ravaging the country, I don't expect former President Jonathan to run for 2027 election, to say the least. I expect Jonathan to support Peter Obi. Country can rise again. That is Benjamin from Shogole. I have to stop the messages. There's so much.
Good evening to you.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Guess too, but I also disagree with that dichotomic with North and South issue. It's being mischievous and deceiving the people. The disappointed Jonathan during that time does it. The next election, the North will give their votes to Atiku, provide votes in the North on geopolitical
anymore, and we can read messages also. Let me allow my guests wrap up the conversation. Elder Yᴜsᴜꞏ Dambaki, you've listened to the mindset of
they all spoke, feel like she threw more light. Incumbent. I'm not bringing Atiku to allow Obi to run because as it is now, I told you earlier, we are not looking Nigeria. So, but the power brokers are just looking for their not. I'm not saying so to say. And definitely the North
supposed to be for our 40 touch, and I'm sure I will need you back. Next up is Global News Bust from Yakere. Thank you. Acting, you join me by 1 o'clock.